So I'm so curious about the Mehta Boys. Please tell us more.
Sakshi, thank you very much. You're very sweet the way. Even I've been waiting for very long.
First up, this is going to be your directorial debut. So I'm pretty curious, how do you feel as a director? Because we have seen you in front of the cameras. Again, we will see you in front of the cameras. But how is the journey behind the cameras?
Sakshi, it's something that I always wanted to do for all my life, ever since I'm a little boy, and it's never easy to make your first film. Even if you have one foot in the door, you might say that, you know a lot of people and, it shouldn't be a problem. No, it all depends on the script. And the script, somehow, the story, the screenplay, sometimes people will read it, then they say, Baap beti ki kahani, aajkal trending nahi, I don't know, I didn't get into that. I wrote the film I wanted to make. And I was willing to wait for as long as it took. It doesn't matter. As long as I get to make the film the way I wanted to make it. I got the idea, the one-liner from Sujoy Ghosh. He comes home to narrate a few one-liners to work towards a film. And when he mentions this line, father and son, 48 hours, I said, I like this one-liner. So he said, let's do it. I said, no, I don't want to do it with you as the director. I want to direct it myself. He said, okay, you got it. And he gave it to me, just without any word. And eventually the film started taking shape. I slept with it. This is long ago. I slept with it. I woke up. I thought of scenes. I imagined scenes, some good, some bad. And then I started writing scenes. And then I said, I need a very, very solid person with a writing technique to help me with this. And then I found Alex Dinelaris, who was a playwright and had done 2 films, one who didn't get a credit for, and the other was another one. And then we wrote for a long time. Used to keep going to New York and keep writing. I think the process of writing made my life very easy, because the toil and the hard work happened in the writing process. The direction actually strangely became easier thanks to everything was on the page. Everyone, it was on the page. Every detail was very well nuanced. So I feel that the vision is one thing, but also have to have a theme is very important. The movie is about missed chances. The movie is about masculinity. The movie is about stupidity. You see yourself, why can't he give him the bag? And then it escalates, of course, and the drama escalates. So this is a film. I don't know how it's turned out. People are liking it. I don't know how it's turned out.
Trailer is looking promising. By the way, sir, I have not seen the film, but I think I am rest assured that it's going to turn out amazing.
So, but that's the film I knew how to make. इतना जानता था, उतने वाला film मैंने बनाया. That's my greatest joy. I made the film that I wanted to make. It did not become something else. It went maybe a little beyond than what I was hoping, because जब acting इतनी कमाल की होती है, lighting होता है, camera होता है, movement होता है, तो film always will look a little better than. But that's how I imagined this film in my head. And that's it. Nothing else matters.
Film has been shown at the international platforms as well for a lot of film festivals. But is there any specific instance at any of the festivals that stayed in your heart, that this is the moment that I can never forget?
See. So Alex came to Chicago for the world premiere. Alex, my co-writer, he's a brother. So he was on one side and Zenobia was on one side, and we were hands and watched the film together. It means a lot. The film means a lot to him. He's won an Academy Award, and still this film means so much to him, because it hits him here every time he talks about it. Another little instance, a beautiful instance happened in Germany. There was this young girl who watched the film. She was a volunteer, and she was supposed to shadow me and take me from one thing to another and to the interview. And when we came out of the theater, it was freezing cold. And she said, sir, I got very emotional in the film. I said, wow, which scene? She said, when the brother and sister are talking on the slide. I said, उसमें क्या emotional बनने की वाली बात है? He said, that's not your problem, sir. I got emotional. So for me, I've understood one thing. Audiences will take away what they want to take away. You don't have to push any agendas, because once you've got them, then they will relate to it the way they want to relate to it. And it was, so for me, it was a moment that stuck with me to say, a scene does not have to have high octane emotionality for people to feel emotional. It was a simple scene of a brother and a sister talking and planning बुड्ढे के साथ करना क्या है. And she broke down. Maybe she's found some moment in her life where she must have had a argument with her brother or had to make decisions about a senior person, and that hit her. It's not कि रुलाना है इस scene. किसी को रुलाने की कोशिश नहीं की है इस film में. We're not making that attempt. We're just saying a story the way it is. That's it. These two things come to mind.
Very interestingly, since you have pointed out that you don't have to tell the audience, you don't have to push any agenda, they will pick up what they have to. But as a director and as an actor for the film, what would you want, any specific thing in the film that you would want your audience to pick up?
Audience is picking up the nuances, and I'm very happy. I am not telling the audience to pick up something. They're picking it up themselves. And sometimes they're picking up stuff that I didn't even think they would pick.
Yeah.
There is one moment in the film when I meet my to-be-in-law, okay? She comes, holds my hand, says, Uncle, so happy to see you. What can I call you? Okay? Should I call you Uncle or... So I say, Shiv! The audience starts laughing. Then I ask, why are you laughing so heartily? He said, he's trying to be cool. Yeah, he's trying to be cool. He's trying to be one of those cool fathers, because his son doesn't think he's cool. So he gets along so well with that girl, and you see that he's a nice, sweet man, but bete ke saath somehow kuch nahi ban raha. But with the rest of the world, he's wonderful. And people are laughing at that. And it's not an out-and-out comedy. It's the nuance that is making people laugh. No, it's not in my control. It's not in my control. And I'm finding it very refreshing to see where it's going.
And speaking about the father and son bond that we will be witnessing,
right?
Is there any personal instance from your life that you tried incorporating it?
Between my sons and me?
Yeah, anything. Because we know we don't have a very smooth and a very plain relation with our parents too. Every day we might fight, the next day we are hugging each other. Is there any personal instance that you tried incorporating?
So, not exactly, but basically sometimes we are talking and we might be talking about a movie and suddenly, there'll be some misunderstanding. Thankfully with my sons, by the end of the day, we have to hug and make up, and no carrying it till the next morning. ये हमारा घर का असूल है, अपना घर का रूल है. But lots of things I've pulled out of real life. Lots of things I've done through research of interviews I've done of boys and of parents, and some other things that I picked up along the way in my 65 years of existence.
And I don't think it's fair for me to ask you, but just because I'm very curious, from a director's perspective, how do you rate yourself? Are you somebody who gives space to your actors to do improv and go impromptu with any particular scene? Or are you very tight with what's written on the pen and paper should be followed word to word?
I think I spend a lot of time taking out the fat. The lines are very, very specific. There are some scenes which might need a little bit of, but by and large, if you say more than required, we take away from the muscle of the scene. The scene is muscular. So adding stuff unnecessarily is not required. Interpretations are fine. Sometimes reactions are fine, but the dialogues more or less was set. Sometimes if you go, it's fine, I'm not that particular, but sometimes you say, no, we are breaking the rhythm of the dialogue by adding unnecessary lines. However, we did all that in rehearsal. We had a month and a half of rehearsal, 3 weeks of rehearsal. And then the actors also realized, jo hai wo sahi hai. Let's keep it to that. There's no need for improvisation. I'm proud to say that the dialogues are very muscular. And if you say add an extra line, then you turn and say, oh, uska rhythm toot gaya. That actor realizes it himself. But when you're in the heat of the moment and you say something, yeah, it's fine. I am not very fastidious, but the script was tight, so the script became fastidious itself.
Interesting. I have played role of father figure in the past. How exactly do you think is this one going to be different? Even if you are playing a father, each of your movie where you have played the role of a father has been very different in nature. So what about this one?
Okay, I'll say this: there are fathers and there are fathers. I mean, just played a father before doesn't mean that there's only one father in the world. I've played
Absolutely, yeah.
the teachers. So the idiots guy is very different from the Munna Bhai guy.
Yeah.
I played builders and builders. So the Lagero Munna Bhai is very different from Khosla Agosla. So every human being is unique. But with every film, each character is in a situation that's different from the earlier film. He wants something or he opposes something. Now, what does he want or what does he oppose will determine his character. So, in this particular case, what does he want? He wants to get back his identity, his loss of his identity, who he is. He has no wife. He has his house will be taken away from him, and so his problems are different from other fathers.
Also, Boman sir, since you have been in the fraternity for so many years, you have given us ample of projects. How do you see this shift from big screens to the comfy television sets?
I don't think it should be comfy at all. It should be you have to write that much sharper to make sure that it's not comfy and people are engaged. In other words, you drop the ball and make a scene that thoda conflict नहीं है इस सीन में, तो लोग फोन उठाएंगे या बातें करेंगे या गेम खेलेंगे. You have to make sure that when you're making a film which is supposed to be in the comfort of your house, you sit there and watch it sharply. How does that happen? Through the writing. Because if you take your eyes away, even if it's a movie about this, let's call it slice of life, I don't like the word, but a movie about slice of life, the writing should be so strong you should not take your attention off the screen. So the writing is important.
Very interesting. And last but not the least, this is something because I just wanted to make the chat a bit fun. I am really curious to know one Parsi slang that you use at your household on a very regular basis. I want to learn it.
If it's between us, I can say it. If it's going to go on for public consumption, I can't.
It's going to go up, so let's keep it something that we can air.
My term of endearment, strangely, my term of endearment to anyone, whether it's my assistant or it's my makeup artist or anybody, if they know when I say that, it means I'm showing love, and that is share.
So nice.
Yeah. So the moment they feel very happy, मेरे को shut up. Spiral bound में मेरे को सवाल पूछेगा. You know what spiral bound is? I'll tell you later. I don't know if you've heard of it. But मेरे students जो होते हैं, they ask कुछ बोला, तो if I say share, तो they say very happy. आज मैं बहुत खुश हूँ. मुझे सर ने shut up बोला. I forgot to tell you something.
Yes, sir.
Share.
आज सर ने मुझे शेयर बोला. Thank you so much, Boman sir.
Bye.